very end with the kids. Did anyone notice? You know what happened? It was just kind of sitting there, just like it wasn't saying anything. Right. So for everyone, as we learn from this, if the left hand just gets a little easier, it becomes an ineffective tool and it doesn't say a whole lot. So it's, again, just get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. But everyone, as we get to know this excerpt, you can start to feel where there's points for more shading, right? Yeah. So your goal, thank you, bravo, first of all, for being our first one, it's very good. Your goal, is to find more of those points to just lift things up and shake things. Good, nice start, very good. Zach, how are you? You good? How are you? You look better than me today. You ready to go? Good. First time in your life, Holly. Maybe the only time. So what's maybe the biggest thing that's getting in the way of Zach right now from the left-hand cues, just bringing people in? You guys see anything that's just a little bit, like you're the players, you experience this communication. Yes, Sam?
It's almost like he's, for all the cues, it's kind of like he's bringing up just a little bit too late.
Okay, yep. So I would say that there's not a good one-beat connection to the prep. What else is it? So this can be in a little earlier, and then the breath needs to be working. There's one other thing that Zach does. Yeah. And what is his Zach's safety net is what?
Before.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is what Zach does. This is what Zach does. And you can see this on the video. Zach goes, ready? Ready? What? Ready? Zach does this. So, part of that cue, it talks about the head cue, and I don't know if you necessarily need to be a bobblehead on that, but you have to maintain that little bit of safety with them. Because or else you just, instant insecurity, right? Yeah. I mean, let's just do it one more time. Tell me what you feel. Tell me what you feel, right? Confidence. Do you hear how the group changed? Yeah. I didn't really say play better here, but the group had a much more relaxed and sonorous sound, right? Your turn. Go. That's what you're trying to delve into. That's what you're trying to share with them. Just say it. Stay with them. Stop. Stay with them one count longer. Okay. Let them know that it's good. The pickups are great. That you have their trust. Be a little bit calmer with your legato. It doesn't have to have so much dab and then pop away. Flow. this? Like, what's the left hand doing, or where is the exact shaping going? So this is knowing, because you kind of did, you're like,
Yeah.
something happened, and then you lost track where you're at. So, like Mackenzie, and Ryan Gordon's not here, so Sean, you can come up. Like Mackenzie, some of this, and for everyone, some of this is just, at this point of left hand, it's like it's a little bit choreography. Like I have to be here. I have to be here, and I have to stay with them. And I have to stay with them, and then I know it's off on 3. And then I know it's back here. And then I just pick it up and put it over here. All while I keep this thing going. And that starts to create a much longer arch. And then when everyone's in the pool, then it's a little bit more one-dimensional cracking. So that's where we need some work. This connection, and then knowing exactly where we're going, and then not getting, again, like we talked about Mackenzie, like stuck and just doing something that's kind of awkward. Does that make sense? That's also a good start. Good, good. Good job. Hey, I would say one more thing. One more thing. This was pretty high for you. I don't mind if you're using the tablet, but you might just want to keep this in work so that you can use this on your kids. Right? Good.
Some of the cues, like, just not, the same exact thing that I was saying. Yeah.
So, for everyone, it's not just, remember when we were doing cues the other day and I said sing and then I just pointed? There's a degree of that, and you're going to see that there's not getting over a beat and a half and then breathing for that preparation. Okay. Even the cellos want to feel in their preparatory gesture. So this is also lacking in just where the shape is written in the music. So you can pick a spot to start. You don't have to start at the beginning, but I'd like to see if you can make more connection facially, torso-wise with your breathe, and then sculpting-wise, 2, 3, and whatever that is. You can pick a spot if you want to do the back half of the piece.
Measure 19.
Measure 19? Right on it or big us?
Right on.
Right on? Okay, good. Good, so look at 19. Who do you got to help? Sopranos, right? Right? Right. So breathing and then looking down exactly like that doesn't help them. It doesn't help them. Okay? So again, this is the choreography. It's knowing 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1. Breathe. 3 and 1. Helping them. 3 and 1. And then back over again. Okay. One more time. So with them. Where's the action in all of this, in this second phrase?
It's up here.
Probably in the bass voices, not the la da 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 da, not in the ostinato, but so yeah, project yourself back to the melody. We try that sequence of events one more time. Let's just do it together, right? So a nice upbeat with a good breath. 1, 2, 3, 1. So, but again, it's just it's knowing where all those things are and being able to. This is as much about eyes as it is about. Okay, good start as well. So we're going to do that. Next up, please. Yes, it is.
Does not bode well. This bothers me.
How are you doing, Megan? Honesty is the best policy in this class. Honesty is always forgivable. Liars are not. So that's okay. We're all learning from this. So what needs to happen, just on a surface level, we'll go back and look. So I'm not going to just have you sit down. But it's a big eye opener, and you're probably not the only person. Like, oh my gosh, this is way more. So that outside preparation thing, for the 2 credits classes is really important. Really important. Not just knowing the melody, or not just knowing your own part. You can see, like, and I think there's probably a lot of other people who would be in your same shoes. So that's number 1. The score study thing needs to take place. You have a score study that's due for this, but this really needs to take place. If you want to be the best conductor and get the most of the classes, that's got to take place earlier on in the whole thing, not after the class. And knowing where to do the shaping and stuff, and all the other levels shaping, not just the printed shaping, but where the things, where that tenor line comes out. So that's good. That we're learning from this. That's okay. So let's go back to the beginning and let's focus on probably what we know about a little bit more, which is the first couple measures, and just doing these entrances. And I would say it's very similar things. It's being connected to them. It's knowing, again, how to choreograph this, and then going through and choreographing the entire thing in your dorm room or in your apartment, wherever it is, knowing that these people are here and there. Because there's some cues you're going to see that are like, hey, but it happens over here.
Okay.
Did you guys catch some of that?
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, they're very nice to you. They're trying their best. But you want to help them to be better. So start at the very beginning. One thing I'd say to you and Sean, it's a little T-Rex. Both of you see that in the video, just so you know that, again, this is a tool to be soft. And if you start off here, it no longer becomes a tool because you're just stuck. Okay? Again, begin. Right over here. There's not a lift and a breath and a prep.
Yeah.
Right? It's more event.
Yeah.
Yep. As opposed to, I mean, how do you characterize these notes? Yeah,
It's like very somber and
and there's a lot of sustain. There's a lot of beauty.
Yeah.
The notes aren't half note, quarter, half note, quarter. They're not heavy like that, right? They're much more
Linear.
Yeah, so that goes back to our float, or our glide, right? So we're trying to do a prep that glides through that, and then can you just get out of the way? Try it one more time. One more time. That's maybe one of the most amazing things about conducting. These players will play better if you show them better. Even young players, even 8th graders, I've seen it happen doing this on our band. So this is a really good lesson for all of us, but you have to know.
Yeah.
Good, next please. Nelson, how you doing? Good.
All right.
Oh my God.
Good. A little bit, yeah, but that's a very, that's not specific enough.
The preparatory, it's like, she just brings it up and there's
Brings
the
it up
beat
and
instead
goes.
of-
Yeah, so the preparatory, the bringing it up has to happen one beat earlier, so that the prep can have meaning to it. That's exactly right. Clinton, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It just needed that specificity.
Yeah.
Does everyone see that? So Allison, when it goes 1, 2, 3, right there, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, boom. See that difference? And then we want to keep track of where this is, right? So that we don't just gloss over. You try at the beginning it. Really nice legato. Good for you. So 1, bring this in. It's getting closer, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one was better than the second one. Why was the second one not as good? Bass voices. Her second one for you was not as good. You see how she moved? May I just, so the first one looked like this. The second one looked like this.
Yeah, like give him.
What's the difference? What plane did she move on the second one more?
Sagittally.
Sagittally, and that's the weakest plane. Even when you have a baton in front of you, but if it's just a little dot, right? Just a little dot, as opposed to this, or this, which shows a lot more line and direction, right? Even this shows line and direction. This shows more weight. This shows more breadth and depth. So if you just sagittally go to them, that's the weakest, most uninformed one. So the first one was good because it had more horizontal. See if you can get that. Pick up, put down. One more time. Good, Allison. Again, the legato is really nice. Good. Like I'm saying for everyone, that choreography of that is really important. But do you feel the difference? Do you feel how the difference between going this way and going up and picking, it's just if you were to pick up this piece of paper and hand it to someone, you wouldn't take this.
Right.
You would, if you wanted to give it to them, or if you were placing it in front of them, you would pick it up and put it down. You wouldn't just. Right, so think about that. I mean, this is beautiful, lyrical, sustained, mysterious music. So the gesture needs to match that. That's where we're going. And then going in the second half. It's good. That's a nice start. Good. Thanks, Allison. Grant, how are you? Good. How are you? I'm well. Good. Starting to get over all that sickness that I had the last 2 days.
Ready for some snow this week?
No.
Please no.
No? Why?
If it's gonna be this cold, it might as well. Be
I would rather have it be 22 and snow than like 3 and be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
All right, well, warm us up with some really good conducting here. what might be the most inauthentic thing about Grant's left hand? Yeah. So yeah, what else? What else? What about like also just how it gets in and out of this thing?
Kind of just up and then down.
It's pretty abrupt. Even when it exits, it's like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1. So Ashley and I had a little meeting today where she wanted some extra help. And so we were talking about just, this might be something for everybody, but when you bring this thing in and out of the scene, it can still be distracting even though you've accomplished the mission of this. So if you bring it out non-legato for a piece like this, then it becomes very distracting or it's something else. So what Ashley and I were working on something like this, where we were 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, bring it in, 2, 3. So we have it ready, and then we breathe up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and then slowly bringing it out of the scene so that we can maintain that legato. So it's not like 2, 3, down, up. It just deflates.
Yeah.
And all this music, even you know, in some of its more just supportive roles, has energy and needs some sort of trajectory. And if we just let this collapse, if this is the invitation to come to the party, and then you just retract the invitation, it's like, thanks for coming, thanks for your $5, here's your right cup. You know, so you want to let them know that they're still important, even though you might just be paying attention to some other level. Does that make sense? We tried. You can pick a spot, but see if you can be more delicate a little bit ahead of time. So like for this right here, my hand will come up right here. Then up, 2, down, up, 2, down, softly, and then I would slowly let it fall out of the way, or something like that. Pick a spot to start. It can be the beginning too, just don't panic.
Yeah, let's just go back to the
Grant had a nice idea about showing that cutoff and what that can mean. So it's easier when someone shows you that. So work towards that. You guys can. You have really good on-stage direction, but getting on and off stage kind of is a plus. What's the word? That's good. That's really good. Yeah, good. Thank you. Hello, Ashley. How are you? I'm great. Great.
Mhm.
John played la 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 la. The melody was playing like that. Did I even tell him? Yeah, Sarah.
I was like kind of distracted by her foot.
Yeah,
I realized
did you
I was
see this?
halfway watching that, like
Yeah.
more than like your hand. It's like your foot was like moving
And
your
the,
whole
and
body. Like,
the whole body was moving.
yeah.
So that was also instigate. So legato has to be a priority. Here's what else I'd say. Talk to Ashley about her cue. Just her cue. Is that?
So like about half of the cues were given and then like half of them weren't. So that was
So there were certainly
Yeah.
miscues like your entrance
Yeah,
in the
it's
second
kind of
phrase.
difficult.
What else?
They didn't seem confident.
Yeah, not confident, not internalized. So some of just the things that we're talking with everyone. Everyone needs to do a little bit better job of knowing all the dimensions, not just your own, not just the melodic dimension. But what else? Yeah, Sam.
Kind of going off the cues to the dynamics, I kind of noticed that they were kind of like terrace dynamics, so it's like Shikoro style.
Yeah, so there's some,
style.
you're gonna see this, there needs to be some work on pacing. Just, again, what we got into this morning was not even, when we started off, we were just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So whatever the shape is, you know, practicing that in isolation, because there's not a lyrical connectedness right now. And I'd say the bad habits are preventing a lot of things from happening. You try it again and you try to just be calmer and more legato. Here's another thing for everyone. You can practice internalizing where these cues are just using your right hand and knowing the old tools that you had, right? So 2, 3, and 1, 2, knowing that this happens here. 2, 3, 1, 2. You can do that cut off even. 3, 1, 2, 3. Knowing that this happens here with my right hand, knowing that this happens there. And then all you're trying to do is apply that. That's the other thing we talked about. Really, all you're trying to do with your left hand for the cues is module 1 from fall semester. Remember when we went C, E, G, F, E, G, D, D, D. Remember when we did that one a long time? That's all you're trying to do. First cue, cut off after 5 counts. Second cue doesn't need a cut off. Next cue, you're just trying to do that. So then you might start to do them with both hands. Whatever. These are all practice tools for all of you. Some of you are going to find others more important. But however you need, there needs to be some more work on that. Will you just try it again? I'm more focused on Ashley because I think Sarah's got it right back there. And a bunch of just keeping this legato and keeping these more connected to that legato style. You get it? It's already better, right? Just taking kind of that pitch on the way. Chris, you can come on up here. Taking that pitch on the way helps a lot. So you just try one more time and know that the first one is right here. The second one's right there. So not just being there for those people. And you mind if I just hop just a little bit? Good. Start us off. Just gonna do that. You're good. So it just comes up to this look natural?
No.
Why not?
A lot of tension.
Yeah, you don't see, that looks like tension, it looks locked, you don't see that resistance in that. So if you can come up and be elegant like that, and then downward, let the fingertips paint. All right, good, thank you. Chris, last one. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm well.
Here we go. How many prep beats are you going to get?
I was just gonna give time.
How many prep beats do they need?
Just one.
This one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's like
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto. How that tune goes. So you want, for everyone in the group, you want to spend some time being able to lift things. For this type of music, this type of crescendo is more of if you're lifting something gently up and then you're slowly letting it almost just relax down. Like if you had those fire bellows, and you open it up and just let it go, it would go back down on its own. So that's what we want our gestures to look like in this type of thing. So a few of you, Chris included, are getting close. I want to talk to, just so you can see this in the video, this cutoff type thing. Just keep in mind that cutoff isn't just a quick turnover. So you'll see that. You're trying to do that, but it's balancing those other things. You want to try, we have just a minute. You want to just try something again?
Oh, yeah.
Very beginning, maybe? Let's just do it at the very beginning. See if you can craft a little bit more elegance, and we're out of here. Well, we're out of here. Just go. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate this. We'll let you go here in about 20 seconds. So for everyone, it's the idea that there is energy in your weight, your effort, your motion, by the way that you use these things. So Chris also, like, actually has a little bit of a tendency to keep these relaxed. We want to use things as finer ways to get our message across. That's a good start. That's a good start. Nobody is crashing right now. That's good. Nobody's even coming close to crashing. Some of us have more work to do. So the advantage of going on Monday is you get much more time to prepare it, more individual feedback. The disadvantage of going the second day is the expectation's a little bit higher and you get a little less time. So just know that. Bravo, it's good to see everyone again. Good to see everyone again.